Hi, in this video, I'll tell you about interesting free-to-play online games you may not know about. Let's start with Trove. It's a multiplayer online sandbox game that combines RPG elements with building. In the game, you are given the freedom to explore various open worlds, fight monsters, tackle dungeons alone or in groups with other players, gather resources, and construct various buildings. Here, you can create your own club, invite friends to it, and build whatever you want in it. The game offers vast possibilities for decorating buildings, numerous different mounts, pets, and flying dragons. Currently, there are 18 playable characters in the game, each with their own unique abilities and playstyle. At the beginning, we are given the choice of one starting character, and we'll get a few more by completing the starting quest chain, while others can be crafted or bought. You can choose a different character at any time, but you'll have to level up each of them separately. Everything in the game can be obtained through gameplay, and donations are not necessary at all. With real money, we can only speed up the leveling of characters and acquire rare items. Overall, if you enjoy multi-level crafting, building, and dungeon grinding, then this is an excellent option. Killer Instinct. This is a reboot of the classic 1994 fighting game that introduced combo breakers to the genre. Killer Instinct is a very dynamic, vibrant, and deep game with a flexible counter system that allows you to turn the tide of battle in completely opposite directions at any moment. Moreover, the game is quite easy to pick up, featuring diverse characters and will astonish you with the commentator's exclamations, reacting to every move as if it's the best thing he's ever seen in his life. Here, you can participate in single matches or battle in online tournaments with players from all over the world. Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodhunt. This game is a free-to-play battle royale developed and released by Sharkmob. The game is set in Prague, where a civil war between vampire factions is in full swing. Each match sees up to 45 players fighting for the title of the strongest vampire on the city streets. Of course, only one can make it to the final. In addition to standard firearms, the game allows the use of unusual vampire abilities, such as wall running. The most interesting nuance is that vampires must hide their true nature from random passersby throughout the game. Unturned. The zombie apocalypse survival simulator Unturned may not impress with graphics, but it delights with its fun gameplay and a vast array of game mechanics that are more enjoyable to explore with friends. Gameplay-wise, Unturned doesn't offer anything outstanding in terms of surviving in a zombie-infested world, but somehow the developer managed to present it in the right way, which ensured the popularity of this low-polygon game. Perhaps it's the sandbox format with impressive freedom of action and environmental interactivity, or simply the fact that the game is free and runs on any PC. Sky: Children of the Light. This is a soothing multiplayer game with an open world where players become children of the light and restore stars to constellations. Here, you'll journey through celestial expanses, exploring the mysteries of this wonderful world, helping various spirits, solving puzzles, and breathing new life into barren wastelands. In terms of style, the game resembles the developer's previous works such as Journey and Flower. This means that exploration is key to success. However, in Sky, you won't be alone. You'll be surrounded by other players with whom you can solve puzzles, share experiences, and create amazing memories together. Summoner's War: Chronicles. A Korean MMORPG with gacha elements, where we'll explore an impressive in-game universe with over 1,000 creatures. The latter can be tamed to use their abilities. The real-time combat is worth mentioning separately. Battles are dynamic and require a skillful approach. Tactical battles require players to strategically position their characters and use unique abilities to win. Additionally, players can join guilds for cooperative raids and boss battles. It's also worth noting the auto mode. There's practically everything in it, and in fact, the game can play itself. Here you have auto dialogue reading, auto battle, auto dungeon clearing, auto farming and/or collection, auto completion of main and side quests, and much more. SpellForce 3 vs Edition. This is a free multiplayer game based on SpellForce 3, created specifically for network battles between players or battles between a player and artificial intelligence. For multiplayer clashes, the races of orcs, humans, and elves are available, as well as a single scenario demonstrating the features of the main storyline game. The game does not feature microtransactions, ads, or other freemium mechanics. You can play absolutely free. Cuisine Royale. Initially conceived as a parody of Battle Royale games, Cuisine Royale has become one of the best in this genre. It's a humorous game where players fight for the top spot using unconventional weapons and gear. For instance, instead of a helmet, you can wear a cooking pot, and instead of a baseball bat, you can wield a frying pan. And that's not all. The game features mystical elements, specifically demonic powers that can be used for killing enemies or aiding allies. Additionally, there's the option to craft items for customization, enhance fighter stats using field scrap, and even armor them up with various kitchen utensils. Synced. The game unfolds in a world of robo-zombie apocalypse, with gameplay resembling a blend of the Division's Dark Zone and cooperative battles in World War Z. Following a misguided technological revolution, the world has plunged into apocalypse. Augmented humans have turned into mindless zombies, attacking indiscriminately. Our task is to fight them and survive, ultimately escaping from the dying planet, but we'll face not only robo-zombies, but also other players. Among other features of the project are base building, management and defense, resource gathering, and crafting. Palia, a multiplayer simulator allowing players to immerse themselves in the atmosphere of tranquil everyday life. The game combines gameplay elements from Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing with the open-world scale of The Legend of Zelda. Your hero's story begins as they find themselves in a tent on a small plot of land, which now belongs solely to them. To survive, you'll need to master a variety of new skills, from chopping wood to mining stone or growing crops. But if that's not enough for you, you can try your hand at more dangerous activities like hunting magical creatures or paragliding. Unlike traditional MMO games where resources are fought over with other players, Palia encourages cooperation. Everything gathered during hunting or collected in the fields is duplicated for each player, so it's much more effective to work together here. Tower of Fantasy, a multiplayer role-playing game from Chinese developers, inviting us to explore a vast open world where we'll uncover secrets, battle bosses, fly, and ride motorcycles. The developers drew inspiration from Genshin Impact, and players will encounter many familiar mechanics in the game. Genshin set a high bar, which the developers aim to match in order to create an engaging product for genre enthusiasts. However, Tower of Fantasy also has its own merits, including a more dynamic combat system, multiplayer elements, and a well-developed social interaction system. Dauntless. This is a cooperative action RPG inspired by the Monster Hunter series, where we must battle massive monsters, craft various weapons, and develop characters. By gathering loot left by slain monsters, you can craft and upgrade equipment needed to attack more formidable behemoths. Characters use a combination of attacks in combat, the successful execution of which depends on health and stamina levels. Hunting a single monster can last up to 20 minutes before it can be defeated. Dauntless can be played solo or cooperatively with up to 3 other players. Book of Yog Idle RPG, a role-playing action game with a group of unique heroes tracking down and slaying various monsters. There are over 30 heroes here, divided into several classes: warriors, tanks, rangers, assassins, mages, and support. Each class has its own talent tree and equipment sets. The main feature of the game is the idle mechanic, allowing characters to progress even when players are offline. In online mode, heroes can team up to hunt monsters or settle disputes in PvP arenas. In sandbox mode, friends can build their own houses and engage in various activities. Century: Age of Ashes. This is a team-based online shooter where players participate in aerial battles riding dragons. Players can choose from several riders, game modes, and huge maps. There are 3 unique classes available in the game, each with its own abilities. As players progress in the game, each new level unlocks additional customization options, allowing characters and dragons to have a unique appearance. Locations feature various buffs, improving maneuvers, providing health regeneration, protection, or accelerated attacks. Donations in the game are cosmetic and do not affect balance, as even changing dragons or riders will not make you less noticeable due to the fact that there is always a marker and ring above all players. That's all for now. Leave a like, it's easy for you and it means a lot to me. The Image Game channel was with you, have a good day.